Good evening and welcome to the Litchfield Recreation Commission meeting tonight, January 28th. We'll start with a call to order. We've got Secretary Judy Brennan,
Present.
Vice Chair Peter Ames.
Present.
Member, you're a member, right? Member Andy Ruggles.
Present.
Alternate Steve Weber.
Present.
Alternate Justin Brunel.
Present.
Selectman's Rep. Yep, Mr. Lynch. And I am Chris Burns, the head chair. Next will be the open meetings.
One nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Before we move to the approval of last meeting's minutes, we have some additions to the agenda. Judy, what's that?
I had meant to put under other the town deliberative session and the date and time, just because it does involve us. In the last meeting that we had decided, we had voted on, I don't know if we voted, but we decided we should add that to the agenda.
It's an easy way to add things that come in
Yeah.
after we post the agenda.
Yeah, so
we
if
can
anybody- if there's
officially
something that
add
came
things
up.
to the agenda at that point.
So there's nothing to add at this point? So we'll move to the approval of minutes from January 14th.
Real quick, can I make a motion to appoint members Weber and Brunel to voting members for tonight?
Absolutely. Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. So that's the move to the approval There was a mention, it mentioned me, I think, as making the motion, and I wasn't here.
The one I highlighted was under other business. It says Jess instead of Janice.
Did notice that too, yeah.
Spirit of Litchfield. It should
Spirit of
say
Litchfield.
Janice. I didn't catch the one with you, though. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, in attendance, Vice Chair Chris Burns right at the top.
Oh,
So that's not me. I wasn't there. So that needs to be changed to Peter Ames. So if we make those two edits, any other notes? In favor? Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain.
Passes 403. Up next, we have public input. We'll open public input, and I believe you both on the agenda, so audience from the public here will close public input. Then we have facility and field requests, of which we don't have any right now, right?
nope, last meeting, we voted to have them due by February 5th, so we could have them listed on the agenda, and we could look at them all on February 11th, so that we don't have to deal with these individual conflicts. So I sent an email out, Chris, I CC'd you, to all the groups that would be requesting, and explained why, and then asked them to
Judy,
Have it
did
in
you
my
send one to
agenda.
baseball?
send it to you.
You sent it to me.
I can forward it
But
on to the new
I didn't use your rec one. So when I went to like softball site, that's why I had to ask you.
Has been updated,
They don't
yeah.
have their
board.
officers
Yeah, the
listed.
current one's not
So I
updated.
used the email they listed there for contact, which would have been like info at baseball, I think was the only one who might have listed their positions. And I reached out to the schools too, who use our fields. I did ask the schools to include like the week of playoffs, whether they know they'll be in there or not. They don't get the specific dates till the week before, but just to include that week because we ran into some problems with soccer this year and trying to move things, and it's really hard when everybody's at work and you're trying to make phone calls and make adjustments to the schedule. So I asked them to just include that, put that week in there. If they don't need it, they don't need it, but then we're not scrambling last minute.
Perfect, thank you. Will that be going out before every meeting, or is that something that you're just looking at making the leagues?
Well, it was on our agenda that we had said in January we were gonna pick the dates for when we wanted spring, summer, fall, winter. And we decided to just pick the date for spring sports, because that was coming up, and wait till we had a bigger group to set the other dates.
President of LGS. So then we've got new business, Let's Go Fishing program with Harry. Come on up.
My name's Harry Manzigian from the Litchfield Conservation Commission, and I don't know if everybody's heard about Let's Go Fishing program. Let me just briefly explain what it is.
I still have my information sheet from the last time.
Pardon?
I still have my information sheet from the last time you came about the program.
Oh,
You had brought printouts for us, Let's Go Fishing
Yeah,
program.
but a little more than a
Kyle
year ago.
Lindross was one, yeah.
anyway,
Links.
what it is, it's a state-run program by Fish and Game, and they've been running it for years, and what it is it teaches the younger generation how to use, how to tie knots and identify fish and actually take time to go fishing. And what the state does is the state supplies everything, the rods, the reels, the bait, the brochures, the whole 9 yards. So that's the background of it. And it's been something I wanted to do with Litchfield for a while, but oh well. Anyway, moving on from there, what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you folks, is we had scheduled a Let's Go Fishing program on April 19th, okay? And it's from 10 to 3. April 19th is a Saturday. And the other request I would like to make is, can we have Dara Hall open? Now, Murphy's Law will say, I plan to do most of it outside, but Murphy's Law will probably come into play. So I'd like to use the hall inside. It's only for maybe if we have to go inside for 2 hours, and it's mostly making the kids aware of different aspects of fishing and fish identification, and then we'll spend the rest of the time on the beach. So there's that, and also St. Francis. Date here. Anyway, I was trying to coordinate something with St. Francis, and apparently the person that did it left St. Francis. They would also like to use Dara Pond on May 10th, and they're going to go from 12 to 3, and all they want to do is use the beach. So what we're going to do is, St. Francis already has a after-school activity stuff and all that sort of stuff. And with the Litchfield Conservation Commission, what I'll do is we're going to meet on the 6th, and I'll get up a thing on the computer where kids can sign up. And just to let everybody know, the kids and the parents are welcome. There is no license required as far as fishing goes. And the last time we did them last year at St. Francis, it rained the whole time. But did the kids mind? No. So, that's what I'm asking you guys
So
is.
Fish and Game runs it, but Conservation is sponsoring it?
Yes, Fish and Game.
What's your Fish and
It's
Game?
an actual Fish and Game program, and they supply, like I said, the rods, the reels, the bait, and there are actual brochures and fish identification pamphlets and all that sort of stuff. And so, and all you folks are invited. So I thought, all I could do was ask and see if it's okay.
Is Conservation sponsoring St. Francis too, or they're
No.
their own entity?
April 19th, Litchfield Conservation is going to sponsor that. St. Francis will sponsor their own. But because of the situation at St. Francis, I opened my mouth and put my foot in it, I guess, and got involved with them. So, and I told them that when I came before you guys, I would also ask if it's okay to use Dara Pond on May 10th. So,
And how
Any
does that work? Because
questions?
we don't actually reserve.
We don't, so if there
So-
may be, we can't kick people out if they're there on the beach, because we don't reserve the beach and pond, we don't put it under
well,
reservation. so-
I kind of understand that sort of, but folks should be aware of what we're doing.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
we do want to be aware.
The heads
And you
up.
can reserve Talent Hall.
Yes.
You can reserve Talent Hall for those dates.
I guess my only question when it's in regard to St. Francis, this is more for the board than you. Being that it's a known event, a fishing event, there's going to be hooks and, the possibility of injuries and stuff like that. Would we want to ask for some sort of certificate of insurance?
In the past, when they've used Talent Hall or properties, they've provided, because I believe they've had a comedy night years ago, but they've provided a certificate of insurance.
And when they
If
use
it's
our soccer
sponsored.
fields, they also
Yeah.
provide us some.
If it's being sponsored by the Conservation Committee.
As far as
it could
Let's
be
Go
one of
Fishing,
theirs.
the
But he said
worst that
they're only
happens,
sponsoring the town one, St. Francis is
maybe,
doing their
and
own.
So I think St. Francis should put in a facilities request.
Let us know
St.
they're going to be
Francis-
there and
Yeah,
a certificate of
COI.
I
insurance.
don't know if
COI.
St.
For the
Francis
building.
came to
Yeah, for
you
the building,
guys
for the
last year or not. I don't
I
know.
believe so.
No.
No, but I think if you ask for the building, you're making it a little more like it's an event
Yeah.
than just showing up. So you might have a little bit easier time if a bunch of kids walk down there and something.
And as far
Usually
as conservation sponsoring the event, they're just under our umbrella of the insurance.
And their own too, yeah.
Yep.
Towns.
Yep.
Then I'll make a motion
Do
to.
we have a facility request in for the town?
No, He just asked.
Yeah, we should put in,
We
they
should
should put
put
in
in
one
a
for each of
request
those
for that.
events, and then we can just,
So
Good on
Conservation will put one in for Talent Hall.
Yep.
Do you have the contact for St. Francis? Because then I can just send them the forms they need to fill out and let them know what they need to do.
Yeah, I do. What forms?
The
Well,
facility request.
We have, you have to fill out the facility request form to use the property, so we know who's on our property, and we have to get their
Oh.
certificate of insurance.
It'll block out Talent Hall so nobody else can be in there.
Oh, okay. Like I said, last year, the science teacher, I helped out last year, and I understand what I'm about to say. I assumed that she got hold of you guys, the recreation committee.
I'm not aware of any,
Not that I
them doing
recall.
anything,
And-
no.
you know, and if we
And
get
they
them by
did
the
it at
5th, we
Dara
can
Pond?
take action. on
Pardon?
the 11th,
They did it
probably.
at Dara Pond?
Yeah,
Again, it's one of those things that we can't. We don't reserve it. We don't
But we
ever
do
kick
need to
people
know
out.
they're
So
there.
There's
If
a
they
group
showed
down
up
there
at the-
fishing.
Yeah,
It's
it's like if they show up at the pavilion, it's,
that's
Yeah,
it.
but at least if they block Talent Hall, then none of the other sports leagues can be in there for that, and we can put it on the calendar.
You said
that
that
it's Talent
they
Hall
don't need,
and the-
St. Francis
the pond.
doesn't need
So that at least it's covered
Talent
in
Hall.
the
no.
calendar.
no.
No, St.
no.
Francis just needs it 12 to 3, just the
Only
beach.
reason I'm asking to use the hall is this is the first time that we're doing it. Normally, the hours would be fewer if we had been, this program had been ongoing, but this is where we're doing it the first time, and there really is no place to be out of the rain, other than the town hall. And like I said, we'll only use it maximum for maybe 2 hours. It's rain or shine.
There is the pavilion there too, at tables too, if you decide you want to do your knots or whatever under the
Pardon? I'm
pavilion.
sorry.
There's a pavilion with picnic tables too. at
To the
their-
left of the snack shack at the fields.
Do you have a pavilion?
Yep. So that can
Size
be
too.
used too, first come, first serve.
Oh, okay. No, then I won't need the town hall. Just need someplace to get out of the rain in case it does.
There's 6 or 8 picnic tables under it.
Okay.
It's a good size, yeah.
They're not gonna use talent.
And we'll have the portable bathroom outside.
They're not gonna use talent.
As long as we know, but for St. Francis, we'll need to get the certificate
Throw
of
it on the
insurance, I think,
calendar.
because
Yeah,
they're
we still
running
add
an
the event to
organized
the calendar,
program on
yeah.
our property.
You have,
They're doing their own thing with Fish and Game, it's not sponsored.
Terry, do you have anything that you want to send to us to post on
So
our
they don't need
website or something
certificate
like that?
of
Just send If you have anything you want to send
In
along to
case
us for
somebody
advertising
gets,
it,
Okay,
get the word out there, you can
Yeah.
put a post out for sure.
I'm gonna
so
have
we
John
just said
Brunel
before,
help
like
me with,
conservation doesn't need one.
because
They
I
have their
am
own. Conservation's not
efficient.
sponsoring. It's just on the, not on the 10th.
Yeah, and, so we'll be publishing it out on the social media,
Yep.
and, make sure that you guys get involved too, so, like I said, and the nice thing is, we'll have volunteers, instructors there. So, like I said, but you're all welcome, you know, you can bring your kids, you can bring yourself, you know, it's good. So, yeah,
Be clear on the insurance. So because no facility is being requested, we don't need insurance from either, obviously conservation, but St. Francis as well, right? We do not need
That's
insurance?
my understanding, yes.
Okay.
We do not? Okay. So I don't have to reach out to them at all.
thank you.
Okay. All right. But we'll know that they're there, so.
None of it's for profit, right?
Pardon?
None of it's for profit, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is, or yeah,
It's
it's
free.
not.
No, the program's free from New Hampshire Fish and Game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good.
yeah, just to also let you know that, George has been in front of you guys, I guess, for the ice fishing that's coming up. We discussed it, we also asked, or we invited St. Francis, the kids too, and, so we'll see. We're gonna have ice this year,
Looks thick enough,
Yeah,
right?
it's 10 inches now,
10
right?
inches,
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
and, just to let you all know, you don't have to bring any gear. George plans to have plenty of gear and all that sort of stuff. So, I guess
Okay, good
we're
weather both days. Good luck with it.
all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Source pole replacement. So I received an email from Kim the other day that Eversource is replacing a number of poles in town that, you know, they've gone, they've marked them up. They're two poles specifically at Roy Memorial Park that are sourced in the town on Monday the 3rd.
connects the very first set of wires is like really long line on it. I roll things that are very hard. So I know when we brought trucks in for the mulch, I had to go out there and lift up the wire with a piece of wood and stuff. So I don't know if there's any way to ask them if maybe they can use immediate pull or if
Talking about
they-
in the street or on the driveway?
in the park itself. It's kind of near the corner.
How does the wire run down along the front of town?
It basically, no, it runs from the comfort station back towards the driveway that comes in to town, and it just droops down really low. It goes all the way out to the road.
So it spans from there over the parking lot?
Yeah,
It's a long run.
it's a long.
And it goes through the pole and everything.
They might be able to pull it tighter, too. It might be sagging over years.
I can certainly mention it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You'll see it when you go out there. You,
Okay.
you may not notice it, but you'll.
Never noticed it before.
You look
The
at
amount
it,
of
you
time
think,
spent
oh
on
yeah.
there.
So,
Okay.
Steel cable through the middle of it to get the tension on it.
If the other pole will be able to stand it, then they have to put a guide wire on.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I can bring that up for sure. We'll know more of that following that walkthrough and what their time frame is. I'm assuming probably the springtime. Hopefully it's not going to interfere with anything. That'll be the questions I ask as far as scheduling goes.
They do it during the workday. So.
During the workday, correct. So, yeah, I wouldn't think it would
It's a
take too
fast
long. We have we have to set the fall and winter due dates for facility and field.
Yeah. Do we wanna, we had said we're gonna do it in January. I don't know if we wanna wait till it gets closer to those dates, or if you wanna just pick the due dates now. Has to be in whatever meeting we would make the decisions, would have to be in the Wednesday before in order to be on our
I figure
agenda.
fall would probably want to be, what, August timeframe?
Well, high school starts in August, so we will probably want to be confirming, probably get them in June and confirm at our July
July
meeting.
meeting, so we usually only have one July
We only
meeting.
had, and we did set those dates
I thought we
already.
did too, based off of,
Yeah, let's set them, because we had to submit it. I can look them
I
up,
think it
so.
was June and July, we decided to have one meeting each.
Right. So, we have the dates somewhere, and they're in the minutes, because we had to submit our full calendar a couple meetings back. So do you think if we have them do, I can look up the, July meeting date.
we
Have
didn't
them
do
do the
the 8th
Wednesday
because it
before.
was right after July 4th. We figured a lot
Right.
of people would be away.
So then we must have done the last one.
22nd?
22nd. So, what's the Wednesday before that?
The 16th.
So it'd be due July 16th, and we would review them on the 22nd, and then when the high school sports start in August, they'd be good to go.
The second Tuesday of the month, or the first
Second and
Tuesday?
fourth.
Second.
Yeah, because that has
second,
5 Tuesdays, July, so
Okay, so what's the meeting date, did we say?
22nd,
22nd. All right, so then
16th.
the requests need to be in by July 16th. And then I think Jeff was going to put them right on the forms too. So
We
then,
should put it on the calendar too.
yeah. Who keeps our calendar?
Peter does.
And so, when do the winter sports usually start, around Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so
November-ish.
sometime in October, get them, right?
So October, we have 2 meetings. Fall will be ending.
We have the
7th and the
So-
21st.
second Tuesday is the 14th.
14th and the 28th.
Starts on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, whatever one you guys,
Early October?
Probably the 28th, I think would be fine.
so our meeting is the 28th?
Yep.
And so what's the Wednesday
22nd,
before
then the
that?
22nd.
22nd.
Okay, and that's October?
Yep.
October 22nd, that's due, and then we could, if you want, I can send those dates to, Jeff to put on the,
that covers all of new business. So we'll move on to old business. We'll review the fee schedule.
That was another thing on our, that we had put off till the start of the new year. Yeah, that we wanted to look at that because somebody could rent all 3 fields for the $25. If we don't do it this meeting, probably next meeting, because is it mostly in the summer that we have the leagues that pay that come in? It's that before they request, if we're gonna change that, right?
Yeah, I mean, can we just make a motion to change it to
Per field?
Is that at all fields though? Is that gonna be like at, just, are we talking just at Darrow? Are we talking about Sawmill? Are we talking
Baseball,
about?
too.
Multiple
Yeah,
fields.
all of them.
Multiple
'Cause
open
there's-
fields.
So I know we did that with, like the Plex organization, for instance. They had 2 teams practicing. Each team was $25 a session.
Oh, we did
Regardless of
charge
which
them by
field
the
they
field?
It just so happened that their practices fell on the same night, and same day,
Oh, okay.
but they were on different fields and they were both
Okay.
different age levels.
They both- Yeah, and that's the way we want it, right?
You want it
Per
per
field.
field,
I would
is what
think
would
it
say,
would be
We
yeah.
want it per field.
Per field.
Yeah.
Per
So-
field or per team, you know.
Per
Yeah.
field.
per
I
field.
mean, if one team wants to come in and utilize 3 fields and nobody else is looking for it.
Yeah, if they're gonna do a
Let them pay
tournament or something.
$75 or
So we
whatever the
just
price
need
is.
to change the verbiage, I guess.
Got changed,
The structure, right?
And that's right, the fee schedule is right on the form too, so if we change that, Jeff can probably fix that
Jeff
at the
can
same
update that.
time.
Yeah. It would be across the board, so it's 25 if it's. If it's category B, it's 50.
Per field.
The only thing we'd have to ask is like,
Unless somebody's running a for-profit. And then, do we have the amount of hours listed? I meant to look at it before it came, like, it's not for. Right, like, I can't,
You might wanna
Well,
look
it
at that,
was,
how many
I think it
hour
was
block.
for a day.
yeah.
it is per day.
It was per day.
Yeah, but I mean, if we have multiple people that wanna use it on the same day.
Or if you have a tournament that has 6 games on it. What happens?
That's a great $50 for the people using the field.
Right.
It is.
So we might wanna look at a duration too, block of hours.
Do we wanna, like, look at it and make notes and bring it up at the
I
next
feel like
meeting?
the only problem with that
Or-
is it's tracking. Is
Then we
like
can
that.
all,
Well, especially
the
when we're
document.
charging ahead of time now. We're charging ahead of time. We're not gonna know
February.
that schedule until it's tournament time, so.
Correct, but they like, blast days, we'd had it from 8 until 5.
so we can take a look at it and put it on the next agenda?
Just a thought.
Yeah, 2-hour blocks is usually what a practice would run anyway, or a game.
A lot of games are 90 minutes, right, so you can give a half hour each way.
I would tend to lean towards 3 hours just because you got setup time.
Yeah, that's true. Mining the field.
The school district just updated their facility request policy, and we used the previous one as a model for ours, so
Okay.
I'll take a look at that
Oh, good.
Okay,
as well.
Perfect.
It's alignment.
perfect. Thanks, Peter.
All right, so that'll go on the next agenda for the February 11th meeting.
We've got the floor repair for the left side
Yeah,
inspection from our
That was
last
a-
meeting.
pretty thorough. It was.
Good, yeah.
That crawl space is pretty cool under there. I don't want to go under there, but They-
The whole thing.
With there's color,
I know,
there's
when I
color
came-
pictures.
They said the floor was rotting or something?
One of the
Oh,
joists.
One of the
One of the
joists.
joists by the
Voice
bathrooms.
coming
Door
into
with,
me.
you know, the right-hand side, how it always leaks straight
You got a
down.
joist that's out.
So there have to be
Sits in
done.
a pocket.
So
That's the area they
the
should
takeaways that I saw from the meeting are, yeah, that the beam needs to be repaired.
Yeah.
The outside of the building needs addressing as far as the waterproofing and
Yeah. So we need to start going about,
getting pricing for that.
I don't know how we do
Will
that.
say I seen that back 10 years ago, it was starting to go. Because I've been under the whole building.
So with something like that, do we have to put it out to bid? Do we have to get
On
some
the
bids?
dollar
How do
amount.
we, or is there someone the town uses?
Need to find a handyman who can get underneath there. It won't take,
And then who inspects it? You?
right now, yes, but later, no.
We can get it done and we can take pictures of you going under there.
We need to get
We
pricing.
have pictures.
Yeah, we have the pictures. We need to get pricing first.
Of him going under inspection.
Interesting, I must say. I found some critters in there that didn't like me.
So
We-
is
we'd have
there's
to
a
get-
dollar amount, and if it hits a certain dollar amount, we need,
You can think about by getting. Get you some names of some locals that can do it.
they have like insurance and.
They have insurance for
certificate.
everything, okay?
Yeah, I can,
Oh, I do.
I can reach out to a few of those companies since I'm kind of
Okay.
in charge of the inspection.
Okay,
See if we can get some pricing on the repair work there.
Okay, lives in town, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
guys that know.
We can talk offline. So that covers all the old business. For upcoming dates and events, we've got the ice fishing derby. That's Saturday, the 22nd, weather pending, although they did say rain or shine today. It's gonna be kinda cold out there on the
Well,
ice.
it
if
depends
it's
how thick
raining.
the ice is still.
We've got email dates, February.
so when I look, oh, go ahead, yeah, February is
February's
definitely
Peter.
Peter.
Yep.
But then it got funky, and I think we had substituted some names where like I took over for Steve Gannon one month, and then when I looked at 2025, there were some people missing who didn't have email weeks, and then I think Steve Weber is the one who is listed on March, but you just did December.
I did December.
Yeah, but you were listed again for March, so I.
I was
don't
March
know.
when I was still a selectman,
Okay,
and then when I came on as an alternate, I took up December.
so I put Steve W. Justin, thinking maybe we could slide Justin into that spot. And then from there, I went and followed the pattern. I did not put Kevin on.
Steve on you back.
So what I did is I edited the existing one as people changed, because we had it done all the way through 2026, I think.
Yeah, perfect.
So is that okay?
Yep.
And then we have our next meeting dates, February 11th and the 25th. So the 25th is school vacation.
Yeah, we had talked about that last meeting.
I won't
and we
be
said
here
we'd
for
talk
that.
about that. So I mean, if we get all, February 11th, we're doing all the field and facility requests. We probably don't need that meeting, because we shouldn't have anything else coming in unless it's individual.
As far as right now, we can play it by ear and put it to a vote at the next meeting.
Wait, I'm confused. Are we only taking requests once a month then?
No, but we talked at the last meeting saying, like, the major groups that put in requests for the fields, the same groups every year, to have them come in on get them in on one day, we can look through them and pinpoint the overlaps and schedule it all in one
Soccer
day.
and lacrosse.
Yes, and get it all squared away in one day, and then ask the schools, because remember with the soccer playoffs, and we were trying to make phone calls to the soccer league to get the field so that the school could use it for playoffs, so I, also that they include that extra week
we're
of
still gonna do
playoffs,
one-offs here and
even if
there.
they don't know
Some's
the
So
gonna-
I need to have baseball's requests in by February 4th, 5th.
5th. Yeah,
But we're not
and just
starting till,
estimate like what you need, because most leagues ask for the same thing every year.
So but we can't take it, like, say something, because I didn't get your email.
Oh, I sent it to the email you had listed in you had two listed, this one and the Gmail. I'll resend it.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
thinking, what if somebody doesn't get it? We're gonna still be able to
Still
approve.
be able to
Yeah,
review it.
so
absolutely.
here's
Just,
the
yeah.
thing, had decided that you need to get it in to get on the agenda the Wednesday before. If you don't, and you send it in late, then you need to show up at the meeting, or you need to wait till the next meeting, so that we don't have all these last-minute ones coming in. It also makes it really hard if we don't list all that information on the agenda. It makes it really hard, I'm sure, for Matt to try to take accurate notes, and he has to keep rewinding for each request and go through the date and who put it in the request and what group and what field. So to make it kind of easier, and Rec used to do this, used to have those dates. Now you're gonna get those single events that come in, not a big deal, but the ones that tend to have some overlapping of requests so that it can be worked out ahead of time and we're not scrambling. Yeah, so instead of, because we've been having some double book things on the schedule and so, for example, the last meeting, we got 2 late requests. And it is right on the request form now. Pickleball theirs came in late, but they sent 2 reps to the meeting. The one for the comedy night came in late, but there was nobody here, like it didn't make it to the agenda.
I'll yell at my wife for that.
So nobody
I
came
would,
in,
yeah, I
but we
suppose.
still followed
Good,
with
we
it, but I
approved, I
think we have to be consistent. We have to either decide, yes, we're doing this because we keep saying it, but then we're not following through with it. So I think we have to, either we're gonna be consistent with it, or we're gonna let a bunch of people just add, and then it's not on the agenda, so.
But I don't know, I just don't see the big, I don't know. We've always let people just do it, and I don't know, I'm sorry I missed this conversation, because I just think that
So,
our job is to get these fields for our people in town, and if they miss a meeting, like, you know, we're not talking like.
They don't have to come if they submit their request, like, what I'm saying is, you could ask softball right now what they need, and they're pretty much gonna know their time frame and around when they're gonna start and when they're gonna end, and it's just trying to get it all in at once. And then, instead of trying to resolve conflicts in the middle of a meeting, oh, well, this one needs to be checked, and everybody just, yeah,
If there is a conflict, it's gonna go to the folks that got stuff in first.
yeah,
Yes.
right.
this is how it used
Notwithstanding
to
that,
be
we're
also.
always gonna try to accommodate
Yeah,
requests.
it used to be,
Andy Collins' days is how it was. I mean, because I sent in something for baseball once for winter clinics, and he wouldn't even talk about it for another month and a half.
well, that's the thing, like, we already have one of the soccer ones, but it's just gonna wait until the next meeting, because that's when we said we would look at them, like, we don't want something 7 or 8 months in advance either. But whoever the next secretary is, if you're not following that, you'll be pulling your hair out, I can guarantee you, and trying to get the right information when the agenda's done, and, it's a pain. So next meeting, we will decide.
We'll decide that, yeah, for the next meeting.
So Mike
Next meeting on the 11th, we'll decide about the 25th.
Bosky said he is up in March and won't be returning. So I'm also up in March, and I will not be returning as a full member. I'm willing to be an alternate. If you want me, I'll be an active alternate, but I'm going to give up my position on the commission. I'm going to I don't know, I won't be able to attend as many meetings. I plan to do more traveling with Jay when he travels for business. It's hard because his conservation's first week of the month, then we're second and fourth. And then I always feel bad if I have to miss a meeting. But if you want me to stay on as an alternate, I'm willing to do that, and I will stay active, and I will follow through with the grant and everything. But just so you have a heads up.
Love to have you in any capacity you can.
I don't know how it works. You have to re-vote me in, and do I have to be re-sworn in as an alternate? Did you have to?
Yeah, I had to go apply to be an alternate, well, go to be a member.
Oh, because you were the selectman's rep.
Selectman's rep, yeah. But I still think you're gonna have to.
You're still gonna have to do the same thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't think so, because you
I
can
would
move
think
an
so, because
alternate
you already
up to a
won,
full
we could
member.
just, we could have just reappoint you at that time as
So just so you have a heads up, and keep in mind that you need someone to take over secretary, because I've tried to push it off the last 2 years without any luck.
Hopefully somebody steps up.
Someone's gonna show up.
Yeah, well, nobody shows up, they get appointed.
Well, I won't be an alternate if I get reappointed as
Yeah.
secretary.
All right, so that covers our agenda. Do we make a motion to close or just?
Yeah, no,
we
I
need to
have
make a
that.
motion to go into non-public.
I've got that. I
Then
printed
you
out
have
the
to do a-
guidelines, so.
Then you have to do a roll call vote, and then.
In non-public.
No, a roll call before to go
Okay.
into non-public. So it's a motion, roll call vote, everyone says yes,
Okay.
and then cameras on.
Can I get a motion to go into non-public session under RSA 91A 311C for reputation?
Motion. Present? Oh, yes. Sorry.
You are present, we know that.
My mind's already filling in who made the motion and who seconded it? Andy. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm a yes. Kevin? Steve?
Yes.
Yes. Did you get Justin?
I did. Yep. So we will be in non-public as soon as the camera is off.